Jack.
Just look at the music we've got coming up. We've got The Clash, we got Sheryl Crow, and we've got Ed Miliband's brother.
David?
No, Steve.
Jack.
Graham, Mack and Jules, and this is a radio station with a problem. We're going to expand. We're going to go on to DAB radio, digital audio broadcasting. We're staying on FM as well. Only problem is that when we do, there could be another Jack on there. You see, we pay for the name Jack. We license it from a Canadian company. And they can't guarantee us exclusivity on DAB. So what are we going to do? Pete?
Go to war with Canada.
Chris Hubbard is here with the news.
1 billion of us are fat at the moment, according to
Can you say that? Are you allowed to say that? Can't you just say 1 billion of us have a great personality? What are we going to do? Jason?
I would question the legality of being able to license the name Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's in such common use, because it's a name.
Yeah.
The implications by you having to pay for a license to the name Jack would suggest that everybody in the country named Jack needs to pay your Canadian company a fee to use their name. So, I've got to be honest, I would tell the Canadians to do one.
Jack's breakfast. Caution. Contents may be hot.
Couples without kids in the first place are actually happier.
Well, I can believe that.
Can you?
This is research now, is it?
This is.
I can certainly vouch for my parents. They would have been happier without you.
Oh, really? There's a quite revolting story in the papers this morning as well about this chocolate bar that somebody found a wasp encased in.
Ugh. What chocolate bar was it?
It was the Cadbury's chocolate bar. They're looking into it now as to how
it was a wasper.
Graham Jack on Mack.
We've been asking for your suggestions, and there has been one suggestion that's been the most popular to resolve this situation. It's a very radical suggestion, though. People are suggesting that we change the name of the radio station. And then we don't have to pay a license to anybody.
But that's pretty massive. That is a
big
thing.
To change the name of the radio station? Could we be the ones to kill Jack? I love driving here because, you know how I'm obsessed with my Satnav. What's great is when you get on the A1000, because she's got a sexy voice and she goes, turn left onto the A1. I
think I've got myself into a bit of a situation now where I can't really get out of it in an easy kind of a way. I've been quite friendly with the woman who runs my local shop. She knows my name, but I realised that I don't know her name.
How long's it been?
Nearly 2 years.
Oh, you're well past the point where you can ask.
Aren't I?
Yeah. I mean, I think you've got about 4, maybe 5 days grace on that.
5 days?
Yeah. 2 years? No, you can't ask now.
There's no way now that we've been having chat and banter for nearly 2 years that I can go in and go, oh, by the way, mate, what's your name? I can't do it, can I?
No, you've got to wait till someone else comes in and uses their name.
Do you think I'm just going to have to camp out in the corner of the spa and just stay there for about 7 or 8 hours until someone goes, oi, Margaret, you got any of those
whatever
fags?
It is, yeah. Or you've got to be somewhere else and you go, what's the name down the shop? As if you've just forgotten it.
Yes.
And then
who else knows her name? No one else knows the lady at the shop's name.
Right, well, you got a problem.
It's not like you got Sue's written above the door or whatever. You know, it's a generic spa. I don't really know what to do about it.
We've decided we're going to change the name of the radio station, so we're looking for suggestions. Yes, Jack is dying. Jack is going to die. We need to go on to Austin's and see if we can arrange a funeral for Jack. Graham, Mack and Jules, good morning. Who's this?
It's Claire, Austin.
Thanks for the name check. We'd be delighted to help out with the death of Jack.
Brilliant.
Oh, great. So we could have a funeral for Jack with Austins.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's great news.
Claire. We'll be in touch.
Jack's terminally ill at the moment. He's not quite died yet. What about a new name for us?
What about Austin's FM? That's a good one.
So we're changing the name of this radio station. What should we call it, Paul?
I think it's Sexy FM.
Sexy?
What's wrong with that?
Well, it's a bit pervy. That's what's wrong with it.
Jack.
And I can't believe that you've got someone in your life for 2 years and you don't know their name.
Yeah, she's just a woman at the spa. She's really nice, and I always nip down the spa.
Does she know your name?
Yeah, she says Jules. She says, all right, Jules, how you doing? I don't know how she got to know my name, and I didn't get to know hers, because surely if she asked me mine, I would have asked her hers. Maybe I'm just a bit too self-involved. I didn't remember it. Maybe she just had a really generic name, you know, like one of those standard names that no one remembers, like Steve.
I don't think she's called Steve.
I don't think she's called Steve.
If you're trying to do it through a process of elimination, you think you can take Steve off your list, Jules. Ruthie, you've had a problem too.
For years and years and years, it must have been about 7, 8 years, I called my neighbour Lorraine, and a job I thought that she might be interested in. So the next time I saw her, I said, "Oh, Lorraine." And I thought, I've got a bit of a funny look. So I said, "Oh, it's Lorraine, isn't it?" And she said, "No, it's actually Leanne, but you've always called me Lorraine, and I've always answered."
Thank you for that, Ruthie.
You're welcome, Gemma.
What's the deal with you and your neighbours, Mary?
Well, we've been in our house 7 years now, and I don't know what they're called.
You still don't know their names?
No, every year we save our Christmas cards for the kids to make and do with next year, and every year I have to go through all my Christmas cards and find the one that they sent us last year to get their names so I could write who it's to.
That is brilliant.
I should make an effort, really, but I just forget.
Every year you get a reminder, and every year it doesn't stick.
No.
Graham, Mack and Jules, and Chris Hubbard has the news.
More Pope news this morning. He's really making the news.
Frank is a bit of a media whore, isn't he?
Oh, completely. He's urging breastfeeding in the Sistine Chapel now. So after...
You have to have a baby, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, right. I was just thinking, I was just wondering how radical this new Pope was. What are we going to call this radio station? Owen?
You should be named Sherbet.
Sherbet?
Why?
Sherbet. Because you're going on to DAB, which is otherwise known as DAB.
With the news, the multi-award-winning Chris Hubbard.
The Winter Olympics, some of the first events are getting underway today.
Speed skaters. Oh, they wind me up. Okay, you can skate fast, all right? Do you have to be so smug about it? The way that they swing their arms and, you know, the way they just rub in how that they can skate really fast. There's a whole attitude with them that just winds me up.
What happened to you, Dave?
I've worked for the company I work for now for 14 years, and I've always called the delivery driver Bert.
Okay.
And then we find out after 14 years his name's Al.
Shut up.
No, and the entire night crew called him Bert.
And he's responded to the wrong name for 14 years?
Yeah.
What's wrong with him?
Well, what's wrong with us?
Hello.
Hey, Claudine, Graham, Mack and Jules from JACKfm. How are you?
Hiya.
Remember earlier this week when you were talking to us about how you met your other half? What's his name?
Mike.
Mike. You met him. Where did you meet him? Just remind us.
At a funeral. Well, that's funny enough. That's where he met the rest of my family, was at my aunt's funeral a few months later.
It was a double header. Or a double deader. Oh, I'm sorry. That was inappropriate. Too soon.
Jack.
France's president faces the media today with stories about his love life. Still front page news. Claims Francois Hollande's having an affair with an actress are expected to overshadow announcements about the economy. His political commentator Agnès Poirier.
I grew up in a time of François Mitterrand, and no journalist would have dared actually even thinking of spending a night outside a building in the hope of taking pictures of the president going to a rendezvous.
That's the latest from the JACKfm newsroom, more at 7.
Did she call it a randy view?
A randy view, yeah.
So we're changing the name of JACKfm. What should we call it, Debbie?
Add music would be a good one, because you advertise.
Yes.
And because you play music, so add music.
Add Music FM.
Yeah.
And it sounds like we add music to your life.
Yeah.
Debbie, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Jack's Breakfast.
We've won our first medal. Great Britain's got a first medal at the Winter Olympics. So we're looking for what you've won. Julia.
My daughter won it when she was about 5. We used to go to the holiday camps in this country for a holiday, and we used to enter the kids in the fancy dress competition.
Yeah.
Oh, so what did you dress her up as?
Well, we put her in a white basque, white stockings and suspenders, smothered her in makeup, and gave her some apples to hold, and she went as an apple tart.
Oh, dear. At 5? That's inappropriate.
I know. I'm sure some parents will think I'm a wicked mother, but she loved it, and she did win.
She won the prize.
Who have you seen naked but wish you hadn't? Who was it, Dave?
My mother.
What happened?
It was traumatic.
How old were you, Dave?
I was about 14.
Oh, that's not a good age to see your mum naked. How did it happen?
Well, first, my mum's a big un. Right? She's big round the waist and short in height.
Right.
So, I woke up and she was running across the landing to go to the toilet.
Uh-huh.
And all them bits going in one go. It was like a round of applause. my teenage fragile mind. I've never been able to watch Babe Pig in the City ever again.
Jack's Breakfast, playing what we want whilst avoiding your morning breath.
We had a suggestion yesterday that we should change our name to Dog FM.
I quite like that suggestion.
It's really growing on me just because of the potential of all the different things we could brand as dog. For instance, this show could be the Dog's Breakfast. Dog FM, taking the lead.
Yes.
What about the afternoon show? Be Dog Day Afternoon. The station that's gone to the dogs.
Yes, I
Dog
quite like
FM.
this.
Our bark is worse than our bite. This is Dog FM, Unleashed.
Nice.
And we could name the pump house here at Nebworth Park where we broke the Dog House. Jack's Girls. The Dog Squad. I think we should do it. I definitely think we should do it doggy style.
Jack.
Did you see this big fat man that got 2 seats on the plane?
Just hearing about this story now. Is this because the airlines are saying that if you're big, you have to buy 2 seats?
Yeah, well, some of them are saying this now, that it's a really tricky one, because it is in some ways pretty unfair if you've got someone that's 7 stone and somebody that's 37 stone and you're paying the same price when you're thinking about the amount of extra fuel that it carries. Anyway, he was flying, it's a little plane, he's going from Ireland to Wales and he's told he has to get 2 seats. So he does it, he pays for his 2 seats, he gets on the plane, well, he gets to the desk and they give him a ticket and it says one of his seats is row 17 and the other one is in row 19.
They were in different rows.
Kind of defeats the point of having
How
2
big was he?
seats next to each other.
You know, it takes people a while to get things. A bloke came to fix my heating, and he said, so, what are you doing here? I said, I work for a local radio station. Oh, yeah, tell you the one I listen to. And then he starts listing off loads of features that we do on Jack, and loads of contests and all the rest of it. And I was like, right. And I went, that's Jack. He went, no, it's Dave. And every time he'd go, yeah, tell you what else they do on Dave. And no, it's Jack. How can you get the name? It's his favourite radio station. He told me, he volunteered to me that it was his favourite radio station. How can you not know the name? Funniest thing was, you know how we have the station voice that does all those funny lines?
Yeah, Jack.
For Jack. He goes, oh, I love him. He's so funny. I'll tell you what, though. He works some hours, that bloke, doesn't he?
Oh, he does.
Graham Jack on Mack.
Hello.
Hello, who am I talking to?
Millie.
Millie, what did you ask Santa for?
iPad Mini.
iPad Mini? Goodness me, how old are you?
6.
6. Well, unfortunately, you won't be getting it because we've got Santa locked up under the stairs, and unless we get 1,000 toys in our toy appeal, we won't be releasing him.
We can help.
How can you help?
Whatever you need.
Okay, well, you just convince everybody you see today to donate toys in the JACKfm Toy Appeal.
Okay, Mummy will.
Okay, good for Mummy. Thank you, Millie.
Jack.
Rachel's on the phone. Hello, Rachel. What happened to you?
I met this guy and he was really nice. It was at school and everybody called him Smithy. And after a while I realised that he really liked me and I really liked him and he was now and I said yes.
Oh!
And it was so cute and we were actually the school couple for a couple of years.
The school couple?
The school couple, yeah. We were the ones that were doing the things in the broom cupboard and things like that.
Filth, Rachel!
And we were going out together, I think it was about 2 or 3 months. And he invited me round to his mum and dad's house for tea.
Oh, big time.
And I was calling him Smithy, in front of his mum and dad. And then they were, looking at me really weird. And after tea, she turned and she said something, and she called him Matty. And I was like, his name's not Matty, it's Smithy. And they go, no, his name's Matty.
Did you actually tell his mother that she was getting his name wrong?
Yes.
Amazing.
You didn't think, Rachel, that his mother may be the expert on this topic?
No, I thought I was right. I was his girlfriend, so,
We're looking for the gig you never got to. What was it for you, Tamlin?
30 Seconds to Mars, my favourite band. Well, I only had 2 weeks to go till my delivery day.
You were pregnant?
Yes, I was heavily pregnant. Little did I know I was very pregnant. I thought I would chance my luck, and so a couple of my friends and myself headed off out. I must admit, when I was getting ready, the cramps did start, but I thought nothing of it. I thought, trap wind, heavily pregnant woman, fine. So I had a hot bath. I think that may have triggered everything off. Anyway, I think we left in my friend's brand new car, and I think we got to about Smythe roundabout on the way into London, and my waters burst everywhere. Brand new car. So my friend's freaking out, but luckily she's had children. So in the meantime, I think they rang my partner. I don't know, I'm screaming between pain now. We headed back and luckily made it to the QE2. And luckily my partner was there as well. And within 27 minutes, they recorded my labour time.
Wow! So, it's a good job you missed the gig.
Gutted though, gutted.
You're not happy, Jim?
I've got a few kids, and they're all very upset about all this Santa Claus stuff.
What's Santa Claus? Well, the fact that we've kidnapped him and we're not letting him out until we get 1,000 toys. Yeah, eh?
It ain't on settled broadcast and that sort of stuff, because there's going to be a lot of upset kids.
Well, we have to broadcast what's going on. We can't pretend that we haven't done it.
Oh, mate, I know. But, if you just wind it in a little bit, because there's a lot of upset children.
Yeah, but you have the power to release Santa by donating a toy to our appeal. Have you donated a toy?
It's irrelevant though, mate, isn't it? Because there's lots of upset kids.
Yeah, but the kids will be fine if we get the toys. Then Santa will make his rounds.
So what are we going to do about this, Graham? Where's the way forward?
We need to get 1,000 toys before the end of the weekend!
Is that what you're telling me? Yeah?
That's what I'm telling everybody!
All right then, mate.
All right, cheers.
Cheers, bye.
Jack's Breakfast with Marshalls of Welwyn Garden City. Servicing from as little as £199. Your Volvo will be cared for by Volvo-trained technicians.
I think I upset a publicist yesterday.
What did you do?
Well, it was all because of perspective, really, I suppose. First off, I get this email, and the subject is interview opportunity George Clooney.
Hello.
So I'm like, whoa, open that up, and I'm reading it, and it says George Clooney's just made this new film in Hertfordshire.
Yeah, wasn't he doing the premiere last night?
Yeah.
The Monument, was it?
So it said, you have the opportunity to play a pre-recorded interview with George Clooney talking about the film. And I thought...
Oh, so it's not actually a proper one?
Yeah. So I thought, well, I'll chance my arm. So I'm emailing her back and saying, no thanks, but look, if there's a chance to interview George Clooney, we'd love to arrange that. It's a long shot, but sometimes you got to play long shots. So I'm doing this. As I'm doing that, the phone rings, and it's another publicist. And the publicist says, hey, would you like to interview 911?
Wow.
So it's here I'm trying to organise an interview with George Clooney. Long shot as it is, that's what I was trying to do. And you're offering me 911? So I said, no thanks. And she went, oh. And she was like really disappointed. Oh, why not? And I went, well, we don't play any of their music. And she went, really?
No.
And I went, nobody does. And this morning we're looking for the time you were the most scared. I can remember for me, I was about 20. I was working as a pipe fitter, oil refinery construction job in New Zealand, and it was the shutdown, which meant we worked 12-hour shifts through the night. It was 7 at night till 7 in the morning. That was your shift. Now, this job, as a taxi driver once explained to me, every bed egg in New Zealand is on that job. I mean, there was some
weirdos. Some
interesting people, yeah. And you have to share a porter cabin with them in the middle of the night, or a shed. Anyway, we got this new foreman. I didn't know this guy, and he'd come up from another job, so he was working his way from job to job. He'd been on a petrochem plant in Taranaki. Anyway, he came up to work on this job. And in the middle of the night, it's about 4 a.m., and it's raining. And I'm alone with him in the shed. And he goes to me, how's your bot?
Oh, God.
I was absolutely terrified. He wasn't on about that. What had happened was, the night before I'd been complaining because I caught a really bad cold, but the money was so good on this job, there was no way I wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
And I'd struggled my way through it. And so this was the next night. I didn't know, but in New Zealand, if you've got a cold is called the bot.
Oh, thank God!
How is he this morning, Jules? I'm talking about Santa. Yeah, we've kidnapped him because we're trying to raise an extra 1,000 toys in our toy appeal with O2 for underprivileged kids. If we don't get 1,000 toys by the end of the weekend, we won't release him in time for Christmas. So he's been in the cupboard under the stairs. He's been duct taped. And if you just take the duct tape off him there. You've made the newspapers.
Really?
Yeah. We were just looking through the papers yesterday, and even the ransom note has been printed in there.
Oh! You made it into the Welland Hatfield Times. You know your big news.
I'm pleased nobody's forgotten about me.
Yeah, no, they haven't forgotten, but we still... the toy appeal... We spoke to Obi at the Hatfield O2 the other day, and he says that it has picked up, but we did some maths, and we reckon each O2 store has to collect about 250 toys.
Okay.
So far, it looks like the best they've done is 80 each, so
80?
A long way short. So it seems unlikely that we'll get the 1,000 before the end of the weekend.
No! Please give me some more presents. We need them.
I think you're flogging a dead horse, Santa, because I would have thought if someone's going to be generous, they would have just been generous by now. We would have got them by now. They've only got till the end of the weekend.
Oh,
you're making me feel... Oh, don't do that. You're making me feel all sad.
Does that mean I have to stay in there and...
Get him a tissue. He's dripping.
I'd like a tissue.
His beard's getting
Please don't let Jules prod me with that stick again either.
If you would like to help Christmas, it seems unlikely now. Our target seems out of reach. Looks like Santa will be locked up in the cupboard under the stairs right through Christmas.
Oh, no, not
there's
the
an outside
tape
chance.
again.
Maybe you could donate a toy to your local O2 store. I don't know. Okay. Just put it... thank you.
Jack's Christmas toy appeal with O2.
And I'm glad, Jules, that the word super has come back. More of a prefix, actually.
Yeah, he's come from America. Everything's like super cool and super great.
Super healthy. Super normal is the one that doesn't make any sense. But he was super normal. I'm glad it's back because, well, I grew up in the 70s where everything was super. We had superstars, super subs, and Hong Kong Phooey. He was the #1 super guy. Super was it was almost like the word of the decade, and it's kind of nostalgic. Now, it's been through some tough times. In 1978, our local Asda became a hypermarket. Well, a lot of those hypermarkets now, if you look for them, you won't find them, because now they're superstores. Once again, Super has dominated. In the 80s, it was challenged by Mega.
That's mega.
There were Mega stores. And there were Mega Stars and Mega
Drives.
Mega Drives, Megatons. Then in the 90s we had Ultra. Things were because we had Ultra Lights.
Ultra cool, man.
And then in the 2000s, the challenge to Super came from continental Europe with the German word Uber. Only lasted very briefly. It was very nerdy. But things were uber cool.
Yeah.
But that all ended. Finished. And I can date it exactly. April the 27th, 2005. That was the end of Uber. That was when a continent turned its back on Uber. It was the first flight of the European-built Airbus A380, which they described as a super jumbo. Super dominated again. Took on Mega, took on Ultra, took on Uber, and now it's back. And let's hope it's never superseded. Jack. 1,000 toys is 1,000 toys. That's what we need. Just bring it. Take the duct tape off him, Jules, so we can... There we go. Santa! I'm guessing you're hoping that you get released.
Oh, I hope so. It's
1,000 toys. That's what
long, dark days in that cupboard.
Okay, so, Jules, the numbers again. Around about, can we say it's around about 100 per O2 store?
Yes.
That gets us at 400. There's a lot of toys out in the...
We have got a stack of toys
I
in
mean,
our meeting room.
hundreds.
Thank you to everyone who's dropped them off. People have been really, really kind. We've had bags of them. And it's been so nice to see kids bringing them as well and saying that they want to help other kids.
It's been lovely.
To release Santa.
I have to say that although the total, it does not add up.
What?
To 1,000.
Very upset.
No, don't do that.
What? You're saying I'm going to be in the cupboard?
I was actually hoping we get the toy. I can't do it. I can't be responsible for ruining Christmas. You're free to go, mate. Thank you so much. I know it's a busy time of the year, mate. If you just open the door there, and away you go. Santa, you are free. Oh, there he goes. Look. Oh, he's running to our car park. Oh, Santa!
See ya!
We'll always love you. Thank you, big man. And we hope that Christmas is the best Christmas ever with O2 from Jack FM. What do you reckon, Richard?
I reckon we should change the name to Bob, as my 9-year-old son wanted to change his name to Bob from Samuel because it's easier to spell.
Jack.